Hitting the road this festive season with a little too much confidence, here's a friendly heads up. NTSA has rolled out mobile courts to crack down on traffic violations and keep road accidents in check. The long-running ownership dispute at Langata-based St. Mary's Mission Hospital is far from over. Tensions flared again this morning as rival parties clashed, temporarily disrupting services at the facility. Former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waitetu is once again in the spotlight after the High Court ordered the forfeiture of assets worth 76.2 million shillings linked to him and his wife, citing unanswered questions over how they were acquired.
All right, well, let's get the show started. Let's get the show, of course, on the road. My name is Betty Kialo, and our sign language interpreter tonight is Valen Owino. Let's begin with our top stories. And the multi-agency enforcement team from National Transport and Safety Authority and National Police Service today conducted vehicle inspection along Nairobi-Nakuru Highway. Now, the operation was led by Andrew Kiplagat, Road Safety and Compliance Director at NTSA, who said compliance inspection will continue across the country. While he warned passenger vehicles operators found tampering with speed governors risk severe actions. National Police Deputy Head of Operations Tom Ondera called on Kenyans to be vigilant and report any road users who will be violating traffic rules.
I am the Director of Road Safety at the National Transport and Safety Authority. This is a festive season, and during this time we expect heightened travel. Many people will be traveling, going to different destinations, and we as government, many government agencies, the National Transport and Safety Authority, the National Police Service, we have the judiciary, and many other stakeholders are working together in a multi-agency approach to ensure that we promote safe passage of people to different destinations. Our main aim this time is to see to it that we minimize as much as possible road traffic crashes.
Makosa ambayo yamenaswa tayari hapa 27 tunaendelea na apili yetu kwa wananchi ya kwamba waweze kushirikiana na sisi, waweze kupiga ripoti kwa polisi. Tunaangalia mambo za ulevi ya madereva, pia tuko concerned sana na overspeeding kwa hii barabara ambayo imesababisha maisha ya kupotea.
Hapo wakati mwingi magari yanasongamana sana, kwa hivyo labda swala la speed saa ingine halitachukua nafasi ya kwanza, lakini ulevi uko juu sana eneo hili. Tutakumbuka kwamba kaunti ya Nakuru ni
Now, the High Court has fined 2 senior officials of the Presbyterian Church of East Africa for contempt of court. Now, Secretary General Reverend Patrick Waihenya and Moderator Reverend Thegu Mutahi were ordered to pay 150,000 shillings and 110,000 shillings respectively after defying a court order injunction barring the installation of David Ndumo as a church's honorary treasurer. Lady Justice Stella Mituku said the clerics knowingly ignored the injunction issued on April 8, 2024 and warned that failure to pay the fines could attract further legal consequences. She emphasized that no individual or institution is above the law. Now, the race for the 2032 may still be a decade away, but the political drums are already beating Well, tonight, allies of President William Ruto, joined by leaders from Western Kenya, have thrown their weight behind National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula as a potential successor. Well, now speaking during the burial of Wetangula's elder brother, James Mukhwana, the leaders praised his experience and called for unity in the region. As Apollo Kamau reports, Wetangula says Western Kenya must move forward as one.
President William Ruto's 2032 succession politics and the battle for Western Kenya unity took center stage at the burial of James Mukhwana Wetangula, elder brother to National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, in Tuti Village, Kandui constituency in Bungoma County. Ruto's close allies, alongside leaders from Western Kenya, aligned to the broad-based government, used the occasion to rally support for Speaker Wetangula as a potential successor to Ruto, arguing he has both the experience and national stature to lead the country.
Speaker wetu wa National Assembly, this community has invested in you for over 40 years. Over 40 years, nakumbuka wakati umeanza kama magistrate 1982. This cannot be in vain. At least tumeinvest kwako and it cannot be in vain. Tutaendelea kusimama na kutembea pamoja na wewe na kukuunga kwa mkono kwa ile yoyote ambayo utakuwa unataka as our leader from this region.
Kama mama nitaongoza jeshi la women ya kutoka mkoa wa Magharibi, tukisema bendera ya urais 2032 itakuja Western Province.
Huyu speaker ni kiongozi wa taifa. Na huyu speaker naona ni kama mnataka kufanya maneno mengine hapo kidogo ya michezo. Huyu jamaa hapo mbele sitaki kusema sana, mkae rada.
But as Wetangula called for Luhya unity, insisting the region must speak with one voice if it's to be taken seriously in the 2032 race, cracks within Western Kenya's political ranks have recently become visible, with Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya positioning himself to lead the region. Also in the mix is Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who is widely viewed as harboring presidential ambitions, further complicating Western Kenya's succession equation.
That we must lead as a team, we must work together as a big family of this region to be able to be attractive, to make friendship with other regions, the way Aaron Cheriot has told you. Kwa sababu sisi tukigombana ni kazi bure.
Tunajua kiongozi wetu wa hapa Western hakuna mwingine ni Moses Masika Wetangula. Ndio kwa maana tumekuja hapa siku ya leo. Na mimi ningependa tu kuomba viongozi wenzangu, unajua at any time there can only be one leader. You cannot have two leaders at the same time.
Kiongozi anajengwa na watu wake. Kiongozi analindwa. Na hakuna kiongozi malaika, lazima tukuwe na kiongozi mmoja. Na kiongozi ambaye tuko naye kwa sasa ni huyu kiongozi Moses Masika Wetangula.
Beyond succession politics, President Ruto's 5 trillion shilling takeoff plan, aimed at transforming Kenya into a first world economy, also featured prominently during the burial.
Ndege ya kwenda Singapore mzuri. Lakini ndio ndege ya kwenda Singapore ikuwe na manufaa, lazima education system ambayo mzee amekufa akiwa alikuwa mwalimu, lazima hiyo system ikuwe sawa. Lazima shule zetu zifanye kazi, walimu wapate mambo yao, tukuwe na capitation kwa shule zetu.
Critics argue that Wetangula's influence in Bungoma County and the wider Western Kenya region has taken a hit following the loss of his preferred candidate in the Kabuchai Chwele ward by-election. Vincent Maunda was defeated by independent candidate Eric Wekesa, an ally of Governor Natembeya, in a contest marked by chaos. Apol Kamau, TV47.
Now, the High Court has halted the rollout of the Kenya-US Health Cooperation Framework, a multi-billion shilling agreement signed earlier this month, pending the determination of constitutional challenges. Well, the court issued conservatory orders on Friday, blocking the agreement in its entirety and preventing the implementation of any of its provisions signed on the 4th of December. Now, the health deal, valued at around 208 billion shillings, was designed to strengthen Kenya's public health system through cooperation in disease surveillance, research, workforce development, and data sharing. Well, he petitioned challenging the deal filed by Busia Senator Okiya Omtata, claims the agreement was negotiated and signed in secrecy, bypassing constitutional safeguards and potentially exposing sensitive medical data. Now, the High Court said the rollout of the deal must be paused until the legal challenges are fully determined. Now, chaos broke out earlier today at St. Mary's Mission Hospital in Lang'ata, Nairobi, as two rival factions went head-to-head over control of the facility. Now, the tense standoff brought services to a halt for the better part of the day, leaving patients stranded and forcing police to step in to restore order. Mudhoni Brenda tells us more.
These were the scenes at St. Mary's Mission Hospital, Lang'ata, for the better part of Friday, as two rival groups clashed over who truly owns the 20-year-old health facility.
We don't mind that, but
Patients were left stranded, doctors in a state of confusion as unknown individuals turned the hospital upside down.
Sasa tukiwa kwa lab, ndio kumetokea ka tension. Tukaona watu wamekuja, watu official kidogo, wakuona tension, wakatoka wakaenda pande hii nje kidogo. Tukaona Masai wamekuja na aloes na balls na aloes na malungus, wakisema sisi wote tutoke nje.
What surprises me most is that people claim to be God's people. They can hijack something for the same Christians. This is an institution, belongs to God.
Dr. Freda, claiming to be the founder and rightful owner, arrived with his team to take charge of the hospital following a High Court ruling issued on December 11th this year.
I would hope that today, with the court rulings in our favor, that we will continue to get back these hospitals, get them back in line with the original founding mission vision.
He explains that more than 20 years ago, he established the St. Mary's hospitals alongside the Assumption sisters. Initially, he handed them all management responsibilities. However, he alleges the sisters later registered the hospital as a private company, effectively excluding him from ownership.
It's a limited liability company for a for a specific purpose, so the church could be a free pastoral presence, but not having to own it, direct it, things like that.
Dr. Freda states that the ongoing ownership dispute has nothing to do with the Catholic Church.
It's a limited liability company. Yeah, their names have never even been on the title. Yeah. So for heaven's sakes, this is not a church issue.
Today's standoff ended after police intervened and both parties agreed to cooperate temporarily while awaiting a final resolution to a dispute that has affected St. Mary's for decades.
We have been able to engage the both parties, and they have agreed to discuss and come up with a way forward without interfering and putting the life of the patient in danger.
Dr. William Freda's visit to the St. Mary's Hospital today comes days after a High Court ruling by Justice Mongare granted Dr. Freda leave to nominate new subscribers to the governing documents of St. Mary's Mission Hospital Nairobi Limited, the company that legally holds the hospital's assets. The court upheld the resignation of Teresia Ndeto, who had been the sole surviving director and a key representative of the Assumption Sisters of Nairobi, effectively removing her from the company's register. The court further restrained both the registrar of companies and the former director from effecting or recording any further changes contrary to the ruling. Muthoni Brenda for TV47, Nairobi.
A cloud of grief has engulfed BAMBA village in the Kajulu area, Kisumu East constituency, after a huge tree fell on a house, killing 3 people on the spot, while others continue to receive treatment at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital in Kisumu City. Now, our reporter Laban Shikokoti visited the scene of the tragedy and brings us this report.
At around 7:30 p.m., as the area experienced heavy rainfall, strong winds buffeting the area uprooted the tree, smashing it onto a house in which 8 people lived.
Kubwa ni Godonse, Jacob yetu wa Boma. Mwingine ni Adams, mtoto alikuja tu kutembelea soso yake. Na ya tatu ni mtoto mwenye soso yake mwenye hii nyumba. Anaitwa Precious. Pia amekufa hapo ako mochari. Mwenye anafuata Precious ako kwa ICU jamani, hatujui tutafanya aje.
Tokarena Kongo. Tena ya mtoto ya dada yangu atinda mimba yake, alikuja na mtoto ya dada yake, alipasiwa hii tumbo na hizo mabati. Kama nimeshika mkono nimepata nyama, nimesema ni nini?
These are the voices of residents who witnessed the incident in Pampa village, whose name is associated with the large tree that collapsed onto a house last night, killing 3 people.
Hii boma nimesahau ni hii si boma yetu, lakini kwa zote nimesema ni tutafanya nini? Hii ni mama yatima. Ninaomba serikali aomba asaidie, aleta masaidi yake kwa hii boma, apate matababu huko hospitali.
Kwa majina anaitwa Festus Murumware. Mimi mkaaji wa hapa. Tuna chochote. Tuko na marehemu wale wamekufa, lazima tuangalie vile tutafika. Sasa tunaomba serikali atusaidie mali wanaweza, ili tupate usaidizi kabisa. Tuangalie vile hiyo nyumba ya mama itajengwa. Tukishamaliza hiyo nyumba ndio tuangalia maneno ya masisi vile hao watoto watashikwa.
As things stand, 5 people are in critical condition and are receiving treatment at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital in Kisumu City.
Sasa nilikuwa naomba government ya Kisumu atufanyie kitu hapo, asaidia watu wenye wako kosi ili watibiwe, wapate utibabu vizuri, ili wapate hiyo huduma. Sasa nilikuwa naomba hawa sikaja hawa hospitali watibu tu hawa watu sahihi, wasaidia watu ili wapate hiyo maisha yao irudi. Kwa sahihi kuna wengine hawana mguu juu ya hiyo.
Laban Shikokoti, TV47, Kisumu.
The United Democratic Alliance Party continues to strengthen its grassroots support in Nyandarua County as senior party leaders emphasize unity and continued support for the Kenya Kwanza government led by President William Ruto. All this report was produced by Mwaluse Meshak. Take a look.
Leaders of the United Democratic Alliance, led by Party Secretary General Hassan Omar, National Treasurer Japheth Nyakundi and Nyandarua Women Representative Faith Gitau, spoke during a party mobilization exercise held in the Kipipiri area of Nyandarua County. The leaders said that the mobilization drive is expected to officially begin in January of next year, with the aim of strengthening the party at the grassroots level and directly engaging citizens in the current government's development agenda.
Onea wale wengine hapa wanasema ati wana compete na His Excellency William Samuel Ruto. Na waangalia hivi hata maneno yao hawajui wanatoka wapi, hata wanaenda wapi.
In their speeches, the leaders warned Nyandarua residents against leaders who are inciting the public against the current government through divisive politics.
Ndio mliunda serikali. Nyinyi ndio mliunda chama. Nyinyi ndio mlichagua viongozi. Lazima mpate maendeleo kwanza kabla kazi ingine ifanyike.
They emphasized that President William Ruto's government has demonstrated genuine commitment to serving citizens through the bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
Soko tunajengewa. For the first time tumejengewa masoko hapa kwetu Nyandarua. Hatuwezi toka kwa serikali jameni.
Additionally, the leaders stated that the opposition lacks meaningful alternative policies and instead relies on propaganda and empty rhetoric to mislead the public.
Mimi nataka kuambia pia Matiang'i, wewe usikubali kukorogwa. Kuja katika chama cha UDA tufanye kazi pamoja na Mheshimiwa Rais na watu wote wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
During the meeting, UDA also received leaders and members who defected from other political parties, a move described as a sign of confidence in the Kenya Kwanza government.
Naomba sana mushiriki tuingie katika hii chama. Tuimarishe hii chama. Na sisi tumekuja hapa kuregesha uongozi wa hiki chama kwa raia wa Kenya. Mulitupa kura bila ya structures.
The leaders called on other well-meaning leaders to join them in advancing development and strengthening national unity.
Now, the government says more than 2 million jobs have been created nationwide under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda driven by housing, agriculture, MSMEs, the digital economy and infrastructure. The affordable housing program alone is credited with over 420,000 jobs, while reforms in agriculture and improved access to credit are boosting employment in both rural and urban areas. Well, government spokesperson Isaac Moore says the initiatives are part of a broader push to grow a productive, inclusive and globally competitive economy by 2026.
Nchi hii tangu mwaka huu tunaona zaidi ya kazi milioni 2 zimeweza kubuniwa kutokana na mfumo wa kiuchumi ambao tuko nao sisi kama serikali. Hilo ni jambo ambalo ni vizuri kulisifia, kwamba vijana wetu zaidi ya milioni 2, wengine wanafanya kazi ughaibuni, wengine wanafanya kwenye mtandao, wengine wanafanya katika affordable housing, nyumba za bei nafuu, wengine wameandikwa kama walimu, wengine wameandikwa kama polisi. Watu ambao wamejumuishwa, ambao wamepata kazi ni watu zaidi ya milioni 2. Tukiweza kukuza uchumi wetu kwa 10%, basi tutaweza kusonga mbele. Lakini fauka ya mwaka wa 2007 ambao uchumi wetu ulikuwa kwa 7.3, tumekuwa tukikua kwa kiasi cha 5%. Kwa ukijumuisha. Sasa inamaanisha nini? Tumeweza kusonga au tujaweza kusonga? Tumeweza kusonga, ndivyo. Tumetoka katika nchi ambayo haijaendelea mpaka nchi ambayo inaitwa low middle income economy. Yaani ambayo ni nchi ambayo imekuwa kwa wastani lakini katika kiwango cha chini. Kumaanisha inawezekana. Tumebakisha miaka 5.
Leaders have been urged to exercise prudence in managing public resources and state assets, with calls for divestment decision to prioritize the interests of Kenyans. Well, speaking in Nairobi, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndidi Nyoro said negotiations involving strategic assets, including the government's stake in Safaricom, must be guided by transparency and long-term national value. Well, he also raised concerns over rising public debt, warning that the current pace of borrowing is unsustainable and could undermine Kenya's long-term economic stability.
I continue to request every person who is involved with the sale of government or GOK stake in Safaricom to be patriotic. And I'm calling upon the people in the National Treasury, if they feel they have deficiencies in negotiating a better deal for Kenyans, they better pave way for other Kenyans who can do it. And I have kept saying, this Safaricom GOK stake, the negotiation was actually done by people who are not government employees. And I know that. Even when I see my brother John Buddy talking about Safaricom sale, he's just a spokesman, and I know exactly. And he knows in his heart he was also not involved.
Now, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening higher education after releasing the first installment of the collective bargaining agreement for public university lecturers. Well, the Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migosio Gamba said the move during the 58th graduation ceremony at the Kenyatta University, now saying it is aimed at restoring industrial harmony and improving lecturers' welfare. Well, the CS Ogamba also assured lecturers that outstanding CBA arrears will be fully cleared in the 2026-2027 financial year, with budgetary provisions already in place.
First installment of the 7.7 billion of 3.8, which was due to be settled by the 21st of December 2025, has already been paid. The government is fully committed to industrial harmony, because university staff are the engine
of our education, and their welfare dictates the quality of education that we deliver as a country. Balance of the 3.8 would be paid as scheduled in the financial year 2026-2027.
All right, let's now move to some money news. And in a boost to Kenya's growing creative economy, KCB Bank has powered the Solfest Creators Summit at the Uhuru Gardens here in Nairobi. Now, the summit, precursor to Solfest 2025, brought together emerging and established creators to discuss turning talent into sustainable businesses and growing the industry. Artists Bien, Savara, Polycarp and Shimano attended, highlighting their support for African creatives. While KCB Bank's sponsorship underscores its focus on nurturing homegrown talent and building a creative economy that empowers youth and drives economic growth.
We are partnering with Sauti Soul this year for their Soul Fest. There are a number of different activities we've done together, but today we're here to have a conversation about the bank and how we are supporting and looking to scale up the support for the creator economy.
It's important for financial institutions to understand our business as creators, as a creative, and it's important as creatives to understand how to build commercial viability. How to put structures and make sure that our businesses are investable and scalable.
We were here to really demystify the role of a bank like KCB in helping start the journey with a creator who is gifted and talented and have a business idea. How do they start? So the conversation today from our perspective was really about what we can do as a bank.
All right, now Mhasibu Sacco, traditionally serving accounting professionals, is looking to expand its membership in the new year, reaching beyond its core base. Now, speaking at the staff closing party on Friday, the CEO, CPA Eunice Kanyi, said the Sacco, now operating in the 1 billion Kenya shillings league, aims to tap into Kenya's youthful population and unbanked segments, while she noted that one does not need an accounting background to benefit from the Sacco and emphasized a push towards digital platforms to reach tech-savvy Kenyans. The move coincides with the Sacco's 40th anniversary next year, signaling a bold step in growing both membership and financial inclusion.
2025, we have finished strong, despite the challenging economic environment, and we thank our members for the trust and loyalty and patronization of the products.
We are enabling our customers and our members to use debit cards, and that makes it very easy and simple and efficient.
Education is one of the key pillars for economic development, and for Mhasibu, we have made sure that we have products that promote the education, not just for the members, but for their children.
Mhasibu has been in operation since the year 1996, which is basically nearly 40 years, empowering accountants to build their lives on a daily basis by issuing out loans, giving them savings opportunities.
All right, so that is what we had. Of course, for business news, let's now get sporty. All right, so some sporting action. And we begin with some great news. Kenyan darts sensation David Munywa has etched his name into history books after recording a landmark victory at the Paddy Power World Darts Championship in London. While Munywa produced a stunning comeback at Alexandria Palace, overturning a 2-set deficit to defeat a former World Grand Prix champion Mike Decker, becoming the first Kenyan to register a win on darts' biggest stage.
You will see on any sporting stage, David Munywa from Kenya.
Well, congratulations, David. As much as a lot of us don't understand even how you won, the people who, of course, don't understand that. Of course, there's a huge fraternity of dart lovers in Kenya, but congratulations all the same. All right. So moving on, a thrilling opening day of action unfolded at the Kipchumba Karori International Volleyball Tournament as dominant performances and a hard-fought battle set the tone for the competition. While Equity impressed in Pool A with a straight sets win over Namu Stars, while KPA and Kenya Prisons cruised to a comfortable victory in Pool B. Drama picked in Pool C, where KDF mounted a spirited comeback to edge Trailblazers in a 5-set thriller.
Effort. See receiver.
All right, now Kabati Youth produced a spirited performance to edge Soy United 2-1 in a National Super League clash played at the Thika Sub-County Stadium. Well, the result comes as the NSL title race remains finely balanced, with Migori Youth maintaining top spot on the standings after 14 matches.
Kwa Mungu kwa kutupatia hizo point 3, alafu teamwork imekuwa juu, so hii timu ndogo ni timu kubwa mzee, tumesukuma na tumepush yetu yote ndio tukapata hizo point. Tuzitumie vizuri sana juu ukiona kama hizo games zetu tumeenda wewe unakupata mtu akipata point, akipata tu chance moja anaitumia, sisi tunapata chance kama 10 hatupati hata moja.
All right, now the 12th Mombasa Open Tongel Mudu International Championship has officially kicked off in Mombasa, with Kenya's Jasiri athletes aiming for a strong showing on home soil. Now, tournament organizers say more international teams are expected to arrive, with at least 22 countries set to participate as the championship runs through the weekend.
So we did lobby for this championship so that we give an open opportunity for all categories of our players to participate in an international tournament locally. So this is good for our young talent because they're able to nurture their talent towards international competition and be able to have first-hand experience on how international contests go.
Help young people to be men and women of good character, mature character, who can make unity between mind and body so that they can live for the sake of others.
We really want to develop the great leadership of younger people. They are the future who can really bring great prosperity for this nation of Kenya and also the world. But ultimately, we really want to go to Olympic Games. All the preparation features been made in Mombasa have to be really connect with our participation of Olympic Games.
We are happy that we attend in the 12 Mombasa Open Martial Arts Tournament. And then we're thankful also to Master Clarence for inviting us here to represent the small island of
Right, so we want to take a short commercial break because we're done with the first part of the show. Of course, that was the top stories. But tonight, of course, we have this legendary lady. How are you? Oh, what's up? I see you have flowers.
Flowers for you.
This is so sweet.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This is really thoughtful, guys. Oh, this is so nice. As you can see, the VIP has come with blessings, man. Thank you so much, Budoni. Nice to see you.
It's so good to
come
see
here, come to the front. Let's say hi to your fans, to the guys. You know, today they're new viewers because they were like, oh, is that AI? You know?
That's wild.
That's wild, but you know Kenyans, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not AI.
Yeah, at
It's
least
not
Mudhoni
AI.
can confirm. So say hi to everybody. We've been waiting for you.
Hello. Wonderful to be here on Friday. So thankful for the opportunity to come and hang out with you.
Yeah.
And also on like your big day.
Today's a big day.
Big
All right.
reveal.
Thank you so much. Mudhoni is here. We have so much to talk about. Okay, let me not say them right now. But of course, we're going to come back from this short commercial break. Don't go away.